There's a lot of benefits to having a blog for your business. So I'm going to walk you through how to get started within Kallora, getting your blog set up and connected to your website. So first step is actually setting up the blog site itself. Within the system, you can create more than one. So for example, if you wanted to create one for local content, and then if you wanted to create one that is related more to your business and the topics you cover for your business, you can create two separate ones and then have them in two separate places on your website. So keep that in mind when you're creating this. Where are you going to start? What topics are you going to cover? Are you going to break it up? Or are you going to have it all in one spot? So first thing we're going to do, we're going to navigate to the blog section. If you go under sites on your left-hand menu, and then up at the top menu, you're going to click blogs. If you haven't created one before, this is the page you're going to see. You're going to want to click the create blog site in the middle of the page. Now, this is where you're going to create that site that I mentioned. Are you doing a certain topic? Or are you going to keep everything kind of broad? So I would create a title for this blog that relates to the content you're going to use. Now that we've created our blog site, we need to go in and create our first blog. And to get started, we're going to click the big blue button in the middle again, create blog post. Now that we're in the blog editor, you're going to edit your blog a lot like you would within a Word document. You can change sizing of text, you can change colors, formatting, insert images, videos, all those kinds of things. It's very similar to if you were editing something in a Google Doc or Word document. So take a few minutes to go through the different elements up here. If you click these three dots in the top right-hand corner, this is where you're going to insert the elements that you want to bring your blog to life with. So if you have links, if you have images, audio, video, this is where you're going to come in to actually insert those things. And remember, blogs are about words, but having visuals, having video or audio, it actually adds depth to your blog. So make sure you're adding those kinds of elements to your blog as well, not just text. To build on the idea of visuals, here is an example of a blog with images and text and just kind of a finished product that you can utilize as a visual of what yours could look like. So this is one of the first blogs I made following an event with real estate agents. I wrote the blog and then I took some of the pictures and screenshots from my presentation to put into the blog to kind of bring it more to life. Now that we've actually seen an example of a blog, I'm going to walk you through how to finalize everything and actually get your first blog published. First things first, you want to make sure you have all of your work saved. Click the save button in the top right-hand corner. And then we're going to click continue. This is where you're going to be able to either schedule or publish your blog. First, you're going to create a slug for this specific blog. And again, use descriptive words, use searchable words, and make sure you put dashes between each word. You're also going to choose a category. So these are categories that you're putting in there for your blogs. I create real estate content, small business content, San Antonio content. You can add more categories. And this is just telling what the algorithm, what your blog is actually about and what you're talking about in your blogs. You can also make these categories searchable on your blog site. So if someone reads one of your blogs and they're like, oh my gosh, that was great small business content, they can search small business and all of your other articles that are very similar. They're going to pop up in their search. AI is getting so smart and it's weeding through content that is repeated across different platforms. And if you're not repurposing your content and rewriting it for different platforms, you might get dinged in the algorithm because it sees your repeat content and it doesn't know if you're the original owner or if you're copying it from another site. So by putting the original link to the original content here, it's going to help you in the algorithm. You also want to make sure that you're utilizing keywords. Again, these are searchable descriptive words that are going to tell the algorithm what your content is about, so it pushes it out to the right audience. And as you're building these things in here, you'll start to see on the right-hand menu your blog kind of come to life. If you put your title in here, you can even copy and paste it from the previous page. It'll start to show you what your search is going to look like when someone Googles or puts their topic into the search engine and your blog actually pops up. So it's nice to be able to see what people are going to see from your blog. You also want to put an image on there. If you're going to be doing blogs regularly, maybe come up with a certain template. That way everything looks cohesive and intentional. To show you what mine looks like, I have chosen a template within Canva and I'm keeping it very simple, very streamlined. That way it looks intentional. And you can see this is a new change, right? Because I had an old one here and it just looks cleaner and more intentional. And it's like you're trying to look professional. So I highly suggest doing that. Once you add a cover image, you're also going to want to put alternate text. Again, this just tells the algorithm what your image is and what your blog is about. And then lastly, you want to put a post description. I would keep it between 100 and 250 characters, just very simple on what your blog is about. Again, we are telling the algorithm who they should push your content to, what audience needs to see this blog that you have written. Once we have all of this filled out, now you have to decide if you're going to publish now or schedule later. And I would highly suggest batching content if you can. So come in here, create a few blogs, and then schedule them out over the next month, couple months, whatever works best for you. But you would come to the top kind of left hand side, either click publish or schedule, and then schedule your content out or publish it. And there you go. You now have your first blog. Don't forget to include the content on your website. You have to go in and add the blog widget to your website and publish it before these blogs are open to the public. Right now, if you were to publish this right now, yeah, you have a blog, you have a blog site, but you need to publish that blog site for the rest of the world to see. So don't forget that step. If you have any questions, concerns, whatnot, put it in the comments. Reach out to me. I'd be happy to help. Good luck with your blog. Check out our other how-to videos on everything you need to know about Kallora. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Thanks.